Hey, good morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm calling it temperature ups and downs. Nothing really cold out there, but we do have some warmer temperatures, warmer than normal temperatures, I guess I should say, before we get to the end of next week. So let's get on into it, and hopefully everybody is getting me okay. My phone looks a little slow this morning, so let's go on and see what's going on here. All right, so radar right now showing a little bit of light rain and light snow in the northwest corner of lower Michigan. This is going to be all dying down as we go through the morning this morning. But alas, not too long before the next storm system heads our way too, right? Matthew Myers, what year did we have the El Nino that would compare to our upcoming winter? Oh boy, those were, let me think about this. 98 was one that was strong, and 2015, 16, I think it was. All right, so we are getting some places with breaks in the clouds. We'll probably see partly sunny skies during the day today. Is everyone getting me okay? Mine is kind of frozen up. So hopefully it's working. But next storm system is off to the west. Okay, so does everything look okay out there? Here's your radar forecast. And we'll call today, like I talked about yesterday. All right, thank you very much, Rick. Loud and clear. All right, good. And you see the maps, I'm assuming. So here's the radar forecast, and it should be a dry day today. And then this is tonight, middle of the night. That's light precipitation. And then this is tomorrow morning, so we start to turn wet tomorrow morning in Grand Rapids and Muskegon and Big Rapids and Kalamazoo. It starts to get showery. And then we go into the afternoon, and that rain moves over to Saginaw, northeast part of the state, moves into Ann Arbor, Saline, and the Detroit area. This is noon tomorrow. So we'll call tomorrow a fairly wet, showery day. It's about 3 hours of showers in any one place. This is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's starting to let up, but still spotty showers here and there. And we go through Wednesday night, starting to quiet down. And there we are at midday Thursday. And Thursday looks mostly dry. All right, total precip out of this. So let's go through the rain tomorrow. And you see a lot of 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, a few little streaks of half-inch. So we'll call it a quarter to a half-inch rain. And a lot of it's 2 and 3/10, which is wet, but it's certainly not heavy at all. Not like some of the crazy rains we've had recently, where we've been talking, inches. All right, so today, 50 from I-94 southward. Upper 40s, Grand Rapids and Saginaw. So it is cooler today. And in the north, Cadillac to Houghton Lake northward, you're going to be stuck in the upper 30s. Tomorrow, the cool air sneaks farther south, so it'll be different in Saginaw. It'll be colder tomorrow, high in the upper 30s, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, the thumb. even Flint colder. Grand Rapids colder, 41. And even down into the Detroit and Ann Arbor and Kalamazoo areas. Highs only in the 40s tomorrow. Then back to the 50s for a lot of the southern part of the state on Thursday. That's not too bad. Unless you want winter, of course. And then Friday, back down a little bit, but still in the upper 40s and low 50s, southern half of the state. Saturday in the 40s, Sunday in the 40s, and then it looks like the warming trend starts to kick in. Low 50s next Monday, and maybe mid to upper 50s next Tuesday, and upper 50s next Wednesday. Yeah, and this is 10 days out, but everything is kind of showing an overall pattern that would build some warmth, and we may touch 60 degrees in some places by the time we get to the end of next week. And that's kind of the theme of what I said was, up and down temperatures, but in the end, it looks like some warmth builds for maybe 3 to 5 days. So let's look at this. This is the rainfall pattern, the pressure pattern, and the temperature pattern all on one. Hey, Tyler Andrzejewski. Did I get that right? So here's our rain coming through tomorrow. And Thursday's mostly a dry day, except for the UP, some snow showers. And then there's Friday, dry. And here's Saturday, dry. Notice the blue lines. Those are the colder temperatures aloft, starting to work their way off to the east. Now we get to Monday, we start to get into a southwesterly flow. We get into next Tuesday, southwesterly, southerly flow. We get into next Wednesday, the temperatures have built. We get into next Thursday, and a storm system out west may pump up the ridge more, bring us warmer temperatures. But also notice there is quite a reservoir of cold up to the northwest. So I'll leave you with this here. This is the 8 to 14 day temperature forecast, November 14th to 20th. Time of the year where we start thinking about traveling for Christmas, and at least for Christmas, for Thanksgiving. Woo! Don't do that to yourself, Mark. So at least through November 20th, it looks warmer than normal. Of course, cold air pounces on us pretty quickly as we get into late November and December at times. No indication of it just yet, but it's pretty much a standard type thing, except that we feel like the atmosphere is warmer than normal, and eventually the warmer than normal weather from El Nino will probably take over, but it may not be late November and early December, so we could watch for a snowstorm, although no signs of that just yet whatsoever. So there you have it. We're dry today. We're, let's call it wet for 3 hours in any one spot tomorrow, and then we're dry after that from Thursday on into the weekend, on into next week, and we start to mount a warming trend as we go into next week as well. So thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Today I'm going to be working on covering the hailstorm that hit around the Grand Rapids area yesterday. Some spots had an inch of hail on the ground, and I'm also going to look at what November normals are. It's a big change month because the sun is going lower in the horizon, so it's losing its heating ability. The clouds lock in, the snow starts at times. Hey, Ella Orlando, thank you very much. So I'm going to look at that, and then I'm going to work on a post, probably not for today, but coming up in the next couple of days. All these winter folklore sayings, they always come up with the terrible winters coming, right? The squirrels are really fat this year, so it's going to be a bad winter. Oh, there's a lot of acorns this year off my oak tree. It's going to be a bad winter. Oh, I got a lot of apples on the ground. Going to be a bad winter. All of these things always say it's going to be a bad winter. I've never had anybody come up to me in 34 years now as a professional meteorologist, nobody has ever come up to me and said, wow, the squirrels in my yard are really skinny this year. It's not going to be much of a winter. Everybody's always convinced that their squirrels are fat, that the deer they shot has a lot of fat, all this stuff. And I'm going to talk about the science behind all of that stuff. Don't get me worked up already this morning, please. Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Have yourselves a great Tuesday. Bye.